Everything is working to me. So, today, what are we getting up to? So I don't normally do unboxings and stuff for Gunpla. Just because a lot of people, like, I really enjoy looking at the runners, right? Like I've got this kit here from Bandai, right? And like I'll get a huge kick out of looking at all the runners and looking at the pieces and seeing what's new versus the old designs, and seeing how it all goes together and stuff, right? Like, I'll super enjoy that. Everybody doesn't enjoy that, right? So I don't tend to do unboxings for Gunpla. However, this one is fucking weird. And there's a bunch of like features and stuff that I don't think the box shows very well, and there's like extra pieces and bits and stuff in here that the box just doesn't show. So I figured it would be kind of a good idea to show it off. And also because like this is not, I think this is like a newish company or something. I don't think I've ever seen stuff from them before. Alright, like it's a strange company. So I thought it might be kind of cool to check out, about even out with when you consider like what you would pay for shipping and stuff, right? So it's pretty cool. So I figured we would check her out. A couple really neat immediate observations. One, she's like Space Wolf color, right? If you know Warhammer, this like blue color is like the color they use for all the Space Wolf armor. That I thought that was pretty darn cool. And a lot of her design is also very Barbatos Lupus Rex from Armed-Blooded Orphan, right? She reminds me a lot of a game called Firefall, which was this really neat third-person shooter game where you had like a mech suit kind of that like sort of like you'd wear. It was like kind of like an exoskeleton kind of thing, and it looked a lot like this kind of stuff. Me and my husband played that game and we had a really good time with it, so I really like the like mech suit kind of look. So let's check out some more of the box. So on the side here, we're gonna see that she's gonna get some bunch of weapons. So we're gonna get a big sword thing, we're gonna get an axe thing, the axe thing fabric, fabric, which is kind of crazy, and then the axe thing. Addition to that, I think you get. So we'll explore together, right? There's like a million. We'll explore together, right? There's like a million of them. So kind of a weird kit. So I think people will enjoy getting to see some of the runners. Wow, that's a tough fucking bag, man. Wow, okay. Some bag ripping ASMR there. Alright, so never built anything from this company, but when you see something like this, it kind of makes you a little worried, right? Because it's kind of weird and bent. But I think these are kind of more rubbery pieces for the hands. So we've got a couple different kind of grabby hands. We have like a really tight grabby hand. We have a punchy hand. We've got like a trigger finger, an open hand, some peace hands, another punchy and a grabby hand, and then we have another trigger finger for the opposite side. So kind of plasticky kind of hands there. And then we have part of our claw hands. So there they are. Very Gundam Barbatos, extremely Gundam Barbatos. So we're gonna have open and closed clawed hands, which is pretty cool. And then one of the things that's interesting, at least to me, about this kit, because I popped it open and looked at it while sitting in the parking lot after I bought it. Another thing that's interesting to me is there's a lot of colors in this box. So you're going to see there's a whole bunch of different kind of surprising colors. And I was like, oh, interesting, okay. And you'll see that. But we've got this kind of cool gunmetal here. It's kind of like a dark silver. Pretty neat. bunch of really neat kind of mechanical detail, right? Kind of worked in there, little slashes and dots and stuff. Usually on these kind of like smaller company kits, you don't see a lot of that really tiny mechanical detail. They tend to have a lot larger kind of flat open areas. So it's really kind of cool to see. All right, let's see what we got here. We got this really nice blue kind of Space Wolf color, which is pretty darn cool. We got some neat kind of like ear-like pieces, and then there's part of the jaw there as well. Now this plastic feels a little more rubbery than like Bandai, but not necessarily in a bad way. So what I'm going to plan to do today is I'm going to build part of her, just so we can see how she goes together, right? Because sometimes these like third-party kits don't go together very well, just because the plastic isn't, the plastic and the molding isn't perfect, so you end up having to fight with it a little bit. So before we get to that, let's look at some of this. So 2 duplicate runners, whole bunch more of that blue. Something you can probably really see with these is that we're going to have a duplicate of some bits. So like I think this is like a neck piece here. That's her ears right there, little ball jointed ears there at the top. You know, so we're going to have a duplicate of some of these pieces. I'm kind of curious at the end how that's going to shake out, and just going to see what we're going to have duplicates of. That's especially true when you look at this. So this is a whole bunch of like flesh tone pieces, including 5 different heads and a couple different like sets of cleavage in different styles. All right, so I'm kind of interested in how that's going to work out. Also things like the back. This looks like the waist joint, upper arms, her like upper leg and butt is all there. This looks like neck joint kind of stuff, right? 2 different backs of the heads as well. I'm kind of curious how that's gonna, like if this is like a generic runner, maybe they're reusing for multiple kits, or if this kit's actually going to use all these pieces. And in addition to this, you actually get 2 of these. So you're going to get 4 heads, 4 sets of boobs, 4 butts, 10 faces, which is kind of crazy because there's actually even more faces in the box. So just kind of nuts. Let's see, we have a pole here, which is I guess going to be for her axe, and then a whole bunch of tiny little joints. These are going to end up being wrist joints by the look of them, so it's pretty cool. And then we have more flesh tone. This is like a pair of bare feet, which is a really weird inclusion, because not only can you do bare feet, it looks like you can do like it's wearing a sock almost. See it? Like she's like wearing like flesh toned shoes. Just, that's super weird. Super weird. Really strange. Random almost, which is super weird. All right, what do we got here? We've got this kind of off-white color, which is pretty cool. It's like a light, super light blue. Really neat stuff on this runner is that we have what looks like part of her like folding axe she's gonna have, and also 4 one-handed axes. So on the box they show that you get like 2 of these, but you actually get 4 of them because you get like the activated and the unactivated versions, which I thought was really neat. They don't show anywhere that they like store on her. So I was kind of really surprised that they give you the unactivated versions too. I thought that was really neat. Alright, here's one of those weird colors. This is this is not the color I thought it was on the box, I'll put it that way. Alright, so first off, more gunmetal, more mechanical detail. Interesting things to note, some kind of double barbell there. I have no idea what any of these are for. They're really tiny pieces. This is one of those, is the color that I was not expecting. It's really neat. So it's like almost like a clear piece that's been like electroplated almost. Like it looks like it's had some kind of color applied on top of it. It's like kind of changing from like green to kind of yellow orange. I just thought these pieces would just be orange pieces, not like weird translucent like craziness. So there's a couple detail bits in here, especially when you look at the photos, right? Like I think like that is this, things like that. The inside of her ears is this. I was not expecting it to be this like weird electroplating, which is honestly pretty darn cool. It's pretty darn cool. And you're gonna get 2 of these. So yeah, I'm gonna go over there. And now, because the weird colors don't stop, we have, we'll look at those in a minute. Oh, I could have just pulled it out that way. Derp. We have this like, again, like plated gold here. So this is things like her claws, the tip of her tail. Looks like maybe 1 or 2 internal pieces, the runners. I'm sorry, the thrusters. But like you can see, like if you look in the thruster, like inside didn't get all the plating that the outside got. So like you can see what color this was originally. So that's kind of cool, right? Like I was not expecting these like kind of plated parts in with this. So that's always a neat kind of surprise. Oh, and then this is, looks like knees, upper arms, like all kinds of joint pieces, right? That's what this looks like. There are several necks on here. So you have 2 different necks on here, which is really nice in case one of them breaks. And you have a couple different options in upper arm. So shorter or longer upper arm, which I thought was neat. And then if you look at the leg size, she looks like she's going to be a little bit bigger than a, like one of the 30-minute mission sisters. So maybe more in line with like Megumi Device, maybe? Something like that, or one of the Kotobukiya Frame Arms girls. These joints look really, really, really freaking fragile. So I'm happy they give you lots of those options. But just kind of interesting, right? Like all the weird little extra bits and bob pieces on there. We haven't even got into we got some of it here, some of the really weird shit. So, all right, what do we got? We got some black pieces. It looks like these are alternate pieces that we also have in flesh. Pretty sure we have these in flesh tone. Yeah. So those look like those to me, but in black versus in flesh, which is kind of interesting. Not super sure. They're like some kind of body piece, but yeah. Then we have some light mechanical pieces and then some more flesh piece. Maybe upper arm. And that's what that looks like to me. Maybe a different upper arm, a third set of upper arms maybe. All right. What do we have here? We have some gunmetal pieces that are kind of nondescript, and then we have an entire runner of boobs. So we have two like flat chests that look like they get some kind of armor piece on the front of them, and then two very busty busts. So that brings her to 8 sets of boobs. She comes with 8 sets of boobs. And also another back of the face, like another headpiece, which is kind of strange. I'm not sure why that's there. We already have 4 of these on the runners, but I mean, it looks identical to one we already have, so I don't know why it's there. Her big, really cool sword. This thing is super cool. It's like a big claymore kind of thing. Pretty neat. And then we've got some generic kind of gunmetal bits. Not sure what those are. Nothing really stands out there. All right. Another runner of surprising color pieces. So we've got the silver blade for her sword, which honestly, given that the sword is only like 3 pieces, it's really cool they color separated this out, right? So that's going to be the blade edge for it. So like that's really cool that they separated that out. That's really neat, considering this is only 2 pieces, right? We've got some more electroplated parts. They're not really electroplated, but you know what I'm saying. They're like coated pieces in gold. And we've got even more of those crazy kind of color shift pieces. What these ones are for, I have no idea. This looks like maybe it's part of like the knee, maybe. Maybe this is a ring for the upper arm. I don't know. I do want to point out that these feel really weird. Like they have a really weird, like almost kind of rubbery feeling to them, these pieces do. It's really strange. I'm not sure what that is, if it's just the plating that's on them, or if there's still some kind of like mold release on them. Like, but I don't feel it on my fingers afterwards, so I don't think it's mold release, but they feel really weird. Like the whatever they sprayed these with to get this color shift on them is, it feels strange. And then we get a stand, which does not seem like it's shown in the box anywhere that I saw. So pretty cool. A little bit of extra clear stand there. And then we get these things. Or is this only one of them? Might only be one of them. Model kits that I build don't often come with soft goods, so this is kind of cool. This is a like cape, like a full wired cape, like sewn together. This actually is like a snap with a snap, and there's wire in the ends so you can bend it around, and a functioning hood. So kind of crazy as a like thing. I was not expecting like a full wired like sewn cloth goods cape. So that's pretty darn cool. And definitely very different. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you only get one cape. Oh, yeah, I guess I am wrong. I thought you got 2 capes. Oh. My bad. I thought you got 2 capes. Still, 1 cape is cool. Alright. So, we got some... this is like another gunmetal bit. These look like joints. And then we have some more light blue bits. Now, these pieces are very strange. So this is some of her belly and her butt and some of the connectors. But I want to point out, because this just made me laugh so fucking hard. You get 2 different crotch plates one of which with and without camel toe. Or wolf toe, I guess. I don't know. But it just made me chuckle because it's not something I was expecting. It's definitely not something I think I've ever had on a model kit before. I'll put it that way. So I was like, LOL, what? Yeah, very just like, what the hell? But kind of funny. And you actually get 2 of that runner. So you end up having, like, you're going to have a lot of extra pieces in this. Like, I think minus the legs, you might actually just be able to straight up build like a second one. Then we got some decals. These are going to be really hard to see on camera, partly because they have this film on them. But lots of really cool kind of bits and bobs markings. Lots of kind of like little patterns and bits. And then we're going to have another decal here that is all faces. So these are for the blank faces. So like if you wanted to paint all of her skin and then apply your own decals for eyes and stuff in case you didn't want to paint them. Yeah, you've got a whole set of them here. Some of these are really neat. There's some like weird robot eyes. There's some like animal eyes. There's like, there's a very unfortunate face in the middle. So you have some cool options with those. I'm going to put these over here so they don't get lost. And then we have a different color. So this is just a yellow color. It's not plated or shined up like these ones are, which is strange because it seems to be the same kind of connector bits, but only in yellow, not in this kind of shiny kind of color shift yellow. So, all right. We have the body of our base. Seems nice and sturdy. Seems pretty cool. We have this guy, which there's a couple different things. So these are hair pieces that are made of very soft kind of plastic, which is kind of neat. So they're very soft hair pieces. And then it looks like we get 2 of those. So 2 runners of those soft hair pieces. These look like maybe like the front bangs, kind of. And then we get these, which are super cool. They're like fiery ice blades. So these can actually attach to her in a couple of places, or they can go on and be the blades for the axes, the hand axes, which is pretty cool. So really neat. A nice little bit of like color contrast as well. So that's pretty cool. Okay. Yo dog, I heard you liked heads, so we gave you some more heads. What the hell is this? This is a whole bunch of fucking heads. So we have a head there that's just like the top of a head. We have another very pointy chin head, which is kind of weird. And then we have some hair, right? So 2 different sets of hair. I don't see any differences between them, but kind of neat. And then some more hair. So I think this means you're basically getting 2 full sets of hair. So you're going to be able to make multiple heads, I think. And then, yo dog, I heard you like faces. Because if you don't want to have to put the decals on and make your own faces so she doesn't get a weird ass lazy eye. Also, does anyone notice just the insane quantity of runners that I've shown off here? This is a big fucking kit. There's a lot of pieces to this. But if you don't want to apply your own face decals, you get faces with them pre-applied. that one's really cool. I like that. So, yeah. You've got an angry face, a sad face, a very unfortunate face, a mischievous face, and then a set of eyes. So you don't have to apply the eyes yourself, which is pretty darn cool. And that brings her to like 24 different faces that she has. And then this is the weirdest fucking thing. I've saved it to last. Because this is nowhere on the box or the instructions. I have no idea why this is in here. And it's this little baggie. Yeah, this legitimately is not shown anywhere on the box. And in this little baggie, you get a like spooky black like ghost robot face with like red eyes. I have no fucking clue what this is for. So if you put it around her, it's just gonna look really fucking weird. But that's really weird. You get that weird fucking face. And you get probably the weirdest accessory, which is a set of... This is legitimately probably the weirdest accessory I've ever unboxed. Ever. It's a set of like lace stockings. Which is not shown anywhere in the box. Why the fuck this and the weird demon face are in here, I have no idea. But yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing that's in there. So yeah, there you go. That's everything in the box. Let's take a look at some of the instructions and try to make sense of a little bit of this crazy. But yeah, we got a really nice... That's a really cool photo. You know, I'm really surprised they didn't make her cloak red. That seems like that would have tied into like the big bad wolf thing and all if they had made the cloak red. That's a cool ass photo though. And there she is in the Artois pose. It's like the berserk pose. That's also a fucking badass photo. Yeah, and you can see how the blades are going to attach to the back of the feet. The, like fire blades. So that's pretty darn cool. And we've got stuff showing off the fire axes and the little axes. All the different faces. Those are basically the photos from the box. Then we get into the list of runners, which is 2.5 pages long. Which is pretty crazy. And then some assembly stuff. Her assembly, for having so many small little parts, actually looks like it will be very straightforward, given the size of some of these pieces shown here, right? That looks very straightforward. Although the runners look like they're all just super tiny parts. Right, and then building the arms, building her legs, building the face mask. I guess you only do get one face mask. It's a really cool face mask though. And then it looks like we're into what I think is going to be the robot body. So I think she's going to get 2 entirely separate bodies. Which, like, if I'm doing the math in my head, I don't know how you're not going to get 2 wolf girls out of this. There's so many duplicated pieces. Like, I have no idea how you're not. Because I don't think I've seen anything that hasn't been duplicated. Like, you're going to get one, I think, in, like, regular, in, like, the clothes. And then I think you're going to get one in armor. Maybe these pieces here? Because they look like they're calling back to previous bits. But I know I have 2 of these, because I have 2 of this fucking runner. I don't know. Maybe it's like 1 or 2 pieces you'll miss. But kind of crazy. And yeah, there's the feet are really cool. With the big claws and all on them. They're just super, super dope. Really cool stuff on the feet. And we've got the big kind of almost dinosaur tail and some of her weapons. You can see like the spear and the axe and the shield are all kind of modular, and you can kind of just change how they work. And then we have that single-handed kind of like twisty axe. And it says it's supposed to turn into a pistol, but that looks really weird to me. Hello! It's going pretty good. I had a nice, or am having a nice long weekend, and going to enjoy building this weird ass fucking kit. And just more showing you how the weapons attach and stuff, which is pretty cool. And then, oh no, I was totally wrong. You do get two faces. I thought you did looking at the box. They looked different to me. Yeah, there's a second face for you. Damn, okay. And then we got some instructions on where to put all the decals. And then we get some finish shots. I fucking love this face mask. Just like the two fangs hanging down the front. This is so fucking cool. Yeah, there is a ton of options. She has a shield, a spear that can also become an axe, 4 small axes, 1 like medium-sized axe, and a greatsword. And then also like Barbatos Lupus claws, which is pretty darn cool. Oh, it looks like all this stuff like moves and opens and stuff too. Yeah, I guess maybe it'll be like one of the weird sparkly pieces underneath, and then it opens up maybe. Kind of what it looks like. And then we've got the different pieces of fire blades there that you can put on the cloak and stuff. Just fucking cool as shit, man. Really, really cool. Just fantastic. Now, I do want to try building a little bit of her on stream just to kind of show off how that is. Particularly, I would really like to try building one of the heads, because they are using these like soft hair pieces, and I don't know how these are. Like, I think these might suck. So we're going to try building one of the heads. And just seeing how that is, right? Just I'm going to move these out of the way so they stop weirding out the camera's color. There we go. They were too light. Alright, so let's build one of the heads. Let me find my nippers. They're under one of these piles of stuff. Let's see. We need L20 and L27. This is E. That's the boob runner. Here we go. L is one of the duplicate face runners. So we're going to have 27. No, 27 is a generic empty face. I'm going to put a real face on her. The plastic nips out really nice. Yeah. Wow, it's all under runners even. Look at that shit. Look at that. Was not expecting that. So what that means is the runners don't connect to the upper part of the plastic. They connect to like a little arm that sits on the inside. And it means that there's like way less of a mark to it, which is really, really cool. How long have you been doing this for? Building kits or streaming? I've been building Gunpla, since I was a teen, right? When Gundam Wing and stuff first came on in the US and Toonami. Streaming, I don't know, like 5 years or so. Do we want to use the pouty face? Let's use the pouty face. I don't know. I just kind of enjoy streaming what I want to stream, and you know, just make a point to stream every week, right? And it's always different, you know. Sometimes I do Warhammer, sometimes I'm playing tabletop games, sometimes I'm painting, sometimes I'm building. I very rarely stream Gunpla, just because you know, like I don't think most people want to look at the runners like I do. You know, look at her sad face, so sad. Gonna lurk. Okay, cool. I mean, just hang out if you want to. It's what else, dudes. Always happy to have people come and hang out while I do some hobby and talk about bullshit. All right, that clicked in really nicely. Yeah, building kits. Oh god, since early 2000s. I've been building kits for a long time. Yeah, this is I think this is a Chinese-made, like, kind of smaller company kit. A lot of kits are really cool though. And if you guaranteed want a really cool build experience, the stuff from Bandai is fantastic. So this is like a 30-minute missions kit. Nice and simple for like a first build or something. Really, really cool. If you want a lady kit, like a Mecha Masune lady, their 30-minute sisters are awesome. So here's like a little devil girl kind of bone witch thing. And they all fit together with the 30-minute missions kit with like that robot I just showed you. So you can make some really cool stuff. Like here's a centaur lady that I made out of the 30-minute missions and the 30-minute sisters kits. So they're pretty cool. They're pretty fun. You can get a lot of like more kind of mecha design pieces like this one, which is very, you know, like clunky kind of Battletech looking mech. And these things are obnoxious to get a hold of right now in the US, but they won't be forever. They'll be much more readily available. You can get a whole range of armored core kits, which is like a dream come true for me from being when I was a kid. Right? Like that's about as amazing as you can get. Yeah, and if you want to, they paint up really nice. There's the Gundam Mudrock, who I just painted up, who's going to be part of a diorama. They paint up really, really nice. These kits do. This is just a Bandai one, but that's the Gundam Mudrock. And then he's so part of his diorama is that he's going to be cutting the Zaku in half. So yeah, so that'll be pretty fun. So he'll be holding onto this beam saber and like cutting the Zaku in half. So yeah, a lot of really fun stuff you can do with Gunpla. I'm gonna get the painted guys out of the way. Because they're just chilling on my desk right now while I wait to finish building their diorama. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So we need one of those, and then one of these, and then the other hair pieces from one of these. So we need, the fuck is that piece? Weird. Need that. We need those. that. And we're going to need this guy too. There we go. Boing, boing, boing. Okay, well, let's see how these fit together, because they're this weird kind of, this is kind of like a weird rubbery plastic. I was really worried about how this would fit together, but that just went together like a fucking dream. Okay, unexpected. And it looks like her head peg's in there. Okay. And then... shit. I've got her sideburns. There they are. In the front of her hair. Alright, I was really worried about this soft plastic, but man, it fits together really nice. And then her weird little alfalfa curl. Gotta have that little bit of extra anime hair there. Yeah, that, I was genuinely really worried about that, but that feels really nice. I am shocked. Okay, now let's see. We need K and N. So if I remember right, K is a blue piece. Yep, it's one of those ones we get 2 runners for. So, yep, K8 and K9. Alright, this plastic's a little more plasticky. Like a little softer than Bandai, but it seems to nip out just fine. Oh my god, are these undergated too? Wow, they are. Okay. Was not expecting that. This whole kit's like fucking undergated. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's really cool, but surprising. So again, for anyone that doesn't know what that means, that it means the pieces connect slightly different than a normal runner, so that they the nubs on them are harder to see after you clip them out. Really cool stuff. Okay, so here's N, just one of these weird color runners. So we need N2 and N3, I think. Yeah. Oh no, just N2s. N2, N2. Okay. This plastic is actually feels a little harder than the other stuff. Nipped out just fine though. Alright, these ones don't seem like they are undergated. And then looks like they just peg in here somehow. This is a really tiny piece. Yeah, they just peg right in there. That color shift on those is neat. Shit, where did the other one go? Did I nip it out? I did. Ah, shit. I'm gonna assume that that's stuck in my beard. There's a popcorn kernel in there. I don't see a Gundam piece. Did that fall on the floor? Okay. Well, poopy. Okay, well, you guys don't need to watch me look for that, so I'm going to grab the one off the other sprue then. So we get 2 of those. And I will find that on my own time. Could not have gotten far, I say, famous last words. Weird. Okay. There we go. And these just pop into her head, it looks like. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, that went together extremely well, to be honest. I'm kind of shocked. I'm also kind of shocked I lost that piece. It was like the 3rd piece I clipped out. What the hell? Oh, there it is. Found it. All right. You know what? Let's build a little bit more of her, to be honest, just because I want to see how it goes together. Let's build her chest. So it looks like we're looking for L36 and L4. They look like flesh color pieces. Oh, okay. L is the one that we just got that headpiece off of. Okay, so we're looking for 36 and a 4. Here's 4. And then, let's find 36. Number. There's 35, there's 36. There. Okay. Oh, God, undergated, right? God, I need to remember that. That's going to throw me off. I'm not used to everything being undergated. Usually with undergating, you only usually get it for like fancy kind of coated Gundams and stuff. It's usually the only time they do that. So that's really interesting. Okay. And then 33 and 40. Which are these 2 little pieces here on the sides. This should also give us a little bit of articulation, which is kind of something I'm interested in seeing. There we go. And then we need D21 and D1. Which one is D? Maybe it's a black piece. Maybe it's a white piece. Is it D or B? It's D. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now these are going to be pieces we only have one of. So maybe this fronter is going to be where our holdup is. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so looks like she just goes like that, I guess. It's a little bit of a tight fit. Then we got this guy. Yeah, it's a little bit of a tight fit there. It's a little worrying, but it'll probably be okay once we have all the stuff on. Then these. They have a little tooth in them. You gotta get the tooth to line up, and then it just slides on. Yeah, there we go. All right. There's a bunch of weird little detail in here. You got these little, little like thruster nub things. Kind of strange, but there's a lot of weird little detail in this kit. Pretty darn cool. Ah, shit. All right, now let's see. We've got D and B. So we got D. I got one of B. So which D do we have here? We have D 19 and B 4. Okay. D 19 and B 4, which is going to be this one. That D19 piece looks a whole lot like that one. Oh, the nubs are different. Interesting. All right, let's see, those just go together, and then we start getting some detail pieces. Okay. So this one slides in like that. It's a nice little join. One goes in like that. Hidden something on that side. I'm not sure what. Let's take her apart and look. Alright, pieces come apart nicely. Alright, no under gating or anything in the way there. Maybe just the peg had not gone in on one side, maybe. Yeah, the peg's really tight on one side. It's really loose on the other though, so interesting. Squish. Okay. Got a little bit of gap there. That's pretty much tightened up. Nothing terrible. A little bit of Tamiya cement will get that gap go away. And we're looking for B4 and K9. The irony of the wolf girl having a K9 piece brings me great joy. Are we looking for K9 or K6? I apparently can't read. We're looking for K6. Sad. Sad. Looks like K9 is her butt. Which is still kind of funny. And then let's see, we need oh wait, no, that was B9. K9 is her neck piece, which I think is supposed to be blue. So that means this is K right here. Boop boop a doo, boop boop boo boo. And she has a vaguely dog-like choker, which is kind of cool. See it there? Little like ear pieces on it. It's kind of cool. Okay, and this is like a spine piece, like a robo suit spine piece. That's really neat. On the outside, we got to get rid of the nubs on this. And then that doesn't seem to click in or anything. It just seems to sit there. Okay, maybe it'll be held in place with other bits in a minute. Alright, so we're looking for her booba. So we're looking for E32 and G28. Which one of her 8 sets of boobs is this? Okay, E3 G2. And G3-8. That's going to be a gunmetal piece because I see G2 as a gunmetal piece. Okay, we're not. Find the runner. Okay. Am I crazy? Oh, no, it's G2. Okay. I don't know why I said it was G3. It's G2. Which is this one here. It looks like she gets 8. Alright, so these two are her like booba pieces. What are the other 4 boobas she comes with? 4. Huh. That runner must be just like a generic, must be like a generic runner for all these kits. Okay. And her booba just slides down. Right. Her booba is a... Oh, those gaps are supposed to be there. Okay. Okay, I was about to say her booba's a really tight fit. Alright, so now we're looking for this piece, which I thought was for holding a chest piece, is for literally holding her chest piece. And then we're looking for... There we go. Zoom out a little more. Zoom in some. Then we're going to look for M16 and 19. Which is one of these sparkly boys, one of these sparkly pieces. It's these ones right here. Sparkly pieces are cool. Okay. And then she's gonna get K17. And N4. Okay. So this is K. K17 is this armor here. And we're going to look for N4. Is that one of these gunmetal pieces? F1A O A. Oh, is it a gold piece maybe? No, that's E. Oh, it's another glowy piece. Okay. Alright, it's another glowy piece. So I guess that's this one that really looks like a wolf head. So she's gonna have like a 3-wolf moon choker, I guess. Alright, let's put them together. Or not. Oh, these are under tabbed, right? Yeah. Yeah, so if you're building this kit, just be aware of that. So otherwise that's going to mess you up when you try to connect things. Are going to be these under tabs. Undergating as it is called. Because that's going to really mess you up otherwise. That's a cool look though. I like that. the glowy bits. That's pretty darn cool. The glowy bits sit just a tiny bit out from the metal. That looks really cool. Alright, then this is going to go here. And this goes, I guess we got to put it on the body then. And there's her booba. Here's the upper neck piece. There we go. That one fits in a little weird. That's the first part that I've clipped out that I felt like fit in a little weird. Everything else has been great. You know, that's an important consideration with these like smaller companies, right? You don't want to get something in the like the pieces feel weird, right? Like Mega Blocks or something, right? When you want Lego. Yeah, that's gonna be her upper torso and head. That's a pretty dope build, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm actually genuinely really impressed with that. The articulation's a little stiff. I'm worried with these kind of softer pieces about that, but nothing, no problems yet. We have a little bit of a gap there in the shoulder. I can probably snug up a little bit, but it also just looks like there's no real strong peg there to hold that together, so you're gonna have a little gap there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Her ears are articulated, so you can do all kinds of stuff like putting them up or putting them down, right? Or like, that's pretty cool. Yeah. This neck being a free-floating piece is a little annoying. Gonna be honest, that's kind of really annoying. But it's all good. They did that so it doesn't hinder movement, right? Because that's how it's supposed to sit. And then when you move the head, it can move it forward or back, right? See, so the neck piece doesn't get in the way of posability. But it also means it can bounce around a good bit when you're just posing her or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty darn cool. I'm not gonna lie. I am very impressed with the oh, sad face. I am very impressed with the quality, because that's the thing I was the most worried about, to be honest. But all the pieces feel really good. A lot of them are undergated. Let's build this sword, because fuck it. I want to build this sword before I wrap up, because it's cool. Yeah, I've been really, I don't know, I'm genuinely extremely impressed with this. She is going to be a pretty long build, though, to be honest. Like, she will probably be majority of my afternoon after I stop streaming here. Just because the quantity of parts, right? Like, there's an insane number of runners on this kit. And, like, that's a really good thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. It's nice to have a, like, kind of longer, kind of master grade length build. You know, she's not going to go together in like an hour, like 30 minutes missions or 30 minute sisters will. You know, she's going to take a little while longer. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's a cool fucking sword. Look at that. And it's fully part separated with the blade. Oh, I love that. I love it so much. Yeah, that's really cool. It's even got a peg in it so that she could like wear it on her back or something, you know? Like, she could have it like on her back. But yeah, that's really cool. Look at that compared to the size of her. Now, scale-wise, So here's a 30-minute sisters. So she is going to be a little bit bigger, not exceptionally bigger, but like her face is a little larger. Other parts are very larger, but like if you look at like the width of her body there, right, she's going to be a little bit bigger than some of the 30-minute sisters kits. So you're probably looking something more in line with like Megumi Device, or not Megumi Device, Frame Arms Girl, probably something like that, but not necessarily so, right? Like she's still pretty in scale with the 30-minute sisters. She's gonna be a big lady. Trying to push everything together. You can see the neck piece bouncing around. That's a little annoying, but yeah, that's super cool. Super cool. Well, I've been streaming for an hour, and she stands up on her boobs. Look at that. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I will probably build this over the rest of the weekend because there's a lot of pieces. I don't actually know if I'll get it all done today. I'll be back streaming tomorrow. I'll be working on Necromunda terrain. I really wanted to play a game of StarQuest, but to be honest, I just don't have everything together yet. My terrain tiles, I just got the ones that warped flattened again, so I can finally finish those. So I'm really close. So guaranteed next weekend I'll be able to play on the stream and stream some more StarQuest. But this weekend we'll be finishing up the terrain with some like extra bits, right? With like some wires and some mud and some washes and that kind of stuff, right? And I'm gonna put some pipes in, that kind of like extra little flavor bits that having static tiles offers you to be able to do. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. Yeah, Mad Wolf, Cyber Forest Girls. What the fuck is the name of this thing? Mad Wolf, Cyber Forest Fantasy Girls, full action plastic model kit, Caroline Rolfe. It's cool as shit. And surprisingly high quality. Would highly recommend. Very cool. But have a good one, guys. And as always, keep on keeping on.